What does living with intention and finding your purpose really mean to you? And why do you believe it's so important right now?
Well, I think intention is ultimately, it's just a word, but I think it's one of the most misunderstood, underappreciated words in the English dictionary, because everything has an intention. Everything. We have intentions as human beings. There's a very famous quote from the 12th century. It was a monk, apparently, that said, "The road to hell is paved with good intentions." So you can have a good intention but not act upon it. But if you do act upon your intentions, that's where the magic really can happen in life. And obviously that's something that Andrew's done all of your life. From my understanding, is you've made so many of your intentions into a reality, and that's why you've created what you've created.
Yeah, I think that's really important. You can have the best intentions, you can have the best ideas in the world, but it's about taking that and actually turning it into action and doing something with it. And I think we live in a society now where we're bombarded with what could be. We're bombarded with Instagram, where we're seeing how other people are living their lives, and sometimes we're looking at that and thinking, what about me? Where's mine? And I think the bottom line is you've got to have a purpose. You've got to have something to aim towards. And that purpose has got to be greater than just material possessions or what other people are doing on Instagram. So I think
yeah, I've come off social media recently because I just found it so distracting. I was realizing that so many people are making noise because they want to be heard. And I just realized I want to back off from that noise because I really need to pay attention to what is it I want to say. So ultimately, these sound like really obvious questions. Who am I? What do I do? Who do I serve? And how do I serve them? And I think that's something that today we all really need to look at, because if you don't know that stuff, it's just so easy to get drowned out. And I was curious actually with you, Andrew, when you talk about purpose, what is your purpose?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think for me, purpose, I've got purpose in business. I've got purpose in my personal life. I've got purpose in the community. So, and actually, just taking a step back to that, I think, we live in a world now where people are, I think, less happy than they've ever been, more frustrated than they've ever been. And I think a lot of that actually comes down to purpose or lack of purpose. So I think we all need a sense of clarity of where we're going. And for me, actually, it's about where do we end up? What does the finished product look like? What does Pete Cohen look like when he's done? What does Andrew Scott look like when he's done?
When you say done, what do you mean? Our end of our lives?
Yeah, as in complete. What does good look like? For me, I'm constantly striving to be better, constantly striving to make improvements, both in my own life and in other people's lives. So for me, purpose is it's something that's moving all the time, but I'm constantly looking at what is the next step? What do I look like? What does good look like for me? So I guess it's probably goals as well.